Jen, you have a sort of a special talent with doing counseling of others, and you've had MS for a while, and you've been very active walking. What's been the impact of COVID, and what are the tools that you can share, for getting through this difficult time?
Well, for me, like you mentioned, I'm still doing telehealth from my house. So I'm able to talk to all of my clients on the phone or on Zoom, which has been really helpful. And it's actually really helped me to maintain a sense of purpose throughout this time, too, because when I get up in the morning, it's like my schedule is full, just like it was before. So minus the commute, I don't really see much of a difference except I'm in my house. So I'm busy all the time. And I actually feel that I work harder doing telehealth than I do when I see people in person. Because I'm expected to maintain a level of productivity for my job. So I feel even more stressed out because of that. But I know that that's kind of atypical from what everyone else is experiencing too. So the weekends are really especially important to me because I want to, do the things that I need to do throughout the week that I just feel so burnt out. And it's really hard because I talk to people every day about the struggles that they're dealing with COVID and about not being able to get out, not being able to get exercise, wanting this to be over, having to deal with schooling their children and dealing with loved ones. And it's kind of like, I'm dealing with that too. And it's hard to help them to navigate that when these times are so uncertain. But you kind of like take it, like I tell my people, take it one day at a time. And, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And just kind of put one foot in front of the other and deal with it, 1 minute to the next sometimes. It's the best we can do.
Telehealth yourself.
I think people are bit more agreeable to trying more telehealth and trying different apps and tuning into TV programs or something on their phone, laptop, desktop that can lead them. You can shut off your brain and you can follow. If you usually like to be the person in charge, maybe COVID is a time for you to just turn it off, turn an app on, and follow if you don't feel like being terribly creative with your exercise routine. What I've been stressing to patients and students is having some accountability to help you get through this. To other people, like Shirley said, she will call one person per day. If that's your friend to do your exercises with, or if it's somebody in your household that you can work out with, if it is somebody that you can truly get outside with and go to a local park and walk, 6 feet apart with your mask on, but having the accountability to yourself and another person, hugely necessary for having some success through all of this. I also tell people to download something like Libby. It's a free app through your local library. As long as you have a library card, you can get many, many books that are on tape. You don't have to download Audible or pay a monthly fee and listen to something while you are doing some exercise. Or like Shirley said, you're watching, your favorite, whatever, Modern Family reruns. On the commercials, make yourself do something. The show comes back on. Oh, I can sit down and reward myself for 5 minutes. Get back up the next commercial between shows. Needless to say, you're going to have to be a little bit more accountable for your calorie intake. If the worst thing you can do is come out of this in worse shape and packed on 15 or 20 pounds. That's going to be really difficult to get rid of. And it's such a downer mentally also. So I think if you can work on maintenance of your fitness, maintenance of your weight, that's going to help hugely. And then I also think, as in any other time in your wellness, listen to your body. If you are beat to death 1 or 2 days in a row, back off, take it easy. You're going to feel better eventually. So, listen to your body. And then, like I said, if you feel like being creative, you go right ahead. If you just like, I have enough on my plate, I want to just click something on and follow. Needless to say, there's going to be some guesswork. If my hands are on you, I can tell muscle imbalances, spasticity, weakness. I can look at you walk and look at compensatory mechanisms that you are using and may be helpful, may be detrimental. Through telehealth, we have to, show me what you can do. I ask people to come with a list of questions, and what I can look at them do or not do online is very, very helpful. But again, there's going to be, a segment of my care that may be a little off, maybe missing the boat for exactly what you need, or we still may be hitting the nail right on the head. And I think it puts more of an onus on the patient to be very, very aware of what's going on and come to a session prepared. Most of the time people come to PT or you go into their home and they're just passive. Tell me what to do, show me what to do, evaluate me, check my spasticity and strength. So now they are being more responsible for what they bring to a session.
I think the biggest challenge right now is helping people feel comfortable turning on Zoom, learning how to, their technical know-how. We have a learning curve going on right now. And then if they're living alone, so how do you make that happen? I have students where they're setting up their chair and their yoga strap and their block and their blankets and their pillows and their mats, and they've got it in a particular spot in the house and they know that's where they're going to do their yoga. We make it predictable. I send out a schedule so they know when the classes are going to be on Sundays, and we're posting it on social media to get the word out, and we still have work to do to get even more word out. I mean, in some ways, we're getting more participation than we do in our classes that are physically in person, because now we're averaging between 20 and 40, where we were, somewhere around 10 to 12. So in a way, we're already double or tripling what we normally, who we'd have normally in contact with. I'm taking tutorials and learning how to make classes interactive. I am a teacher who responds based on what I see in the room and what I hear. And so that's a big challenge for me. And so I will stop it and ask for feedback, and we're all just starting to get comfortable doing that. I had one class that Shirley was in, and one of the students said, "Please don't mute us," because I love joking around how I'm going to mute you guys, and this feels really powerful, because in my adaptive yoga classes, there's a lot of chatting and goofing around, and George can attest, and laughing, and we like to have a lot of fun, which creates that attitude more of I can. We tend to, I was going to say stamp out. We don't really listen. We change the verbiage from I can't to I can. So Shirley's now heard us say that. Nobody's allowed to say I can't. And so we're still finding ways before the class and after it ends virtually for people to talk as well. So it's a huge learning curve for all of us. I think people really like the meditation on Zoom. There's a lot of people who've been scared to try it, but to do it in your own house and know you can turn it off if you don't want to. It's probably the same with yoga too. So we're teaching some good mindfulness techniques, and then giving them some practices that they can do on other days.